Top draft pick this year who's been out with an injury since the first preseason game.
And he celebrates his very first NFL sack.
And you know what's nice? His dad is here from Germany, his father Gene, who's never seen him play, college or pro. That's the end of the first half with the score 14-3. Battle for the NFC Eastern Division lead, and the Giants have the upper hand at halftime, 14-3. It took them a while, Dan, to get going, but then in the second quarter, that 80-yard drive seemed to ignite things.
Yeah, they had the battle of the field position. The Eagles did not take advantage of great field position in that first quarter, but it was a big play to Sherrard that seemed to really spark the team. Sims has been getting good pass protection, and again, the Eagles have just been decimated by injuries.
Well, it was an offense that came to life in the second quarter. How about last week when Dave Meggett, number 30, threw the halfback pass and found Mike Sherrard for a touchdown? It brought back memories for a lot of folks of the Ice Bowl game. 1967, when another number 30, Dan Reeves, found Lance Rensel of the Dallas Cowboys, the halfback option pass, and that led to a momentary Dallas lead. But Dan Reeves has always believed in an innovative kind of an offense, has he not?
Well, what trick plays do for your offense is it entertains your players during the week, number one. But on defense, it takes away the aggressiveness of the defense because they have to be aware that you do have the halfback pass or any other flea frickers.
Those guys are getting your way all the time. Those free frickers, I don't know. They bothered me for the last 18 years. And now this one will come out to the 20-yard line, and Phil Sims will come back on.
I could use a flea collar.
Phil Sims was talking about his relationship with Reeves, and it was kind of interesting. He said that he found it difficult to understand the problems that Dan encountered with his players in Denver. And I mentioned John Elway, and Phil Sims said, no, I'm not talking about Elway. He said a lot of the players didn't really like playing for him, and that's not been the case here in New York.
And the transition for Reeves coming to the Giants was made easier for him because he could bring 6 of his coaches that worked with him in Denver. So what we're seeing is a more relaxed Dan Reeves. But you know, I think the real plus, though, for the Giants has been they opened up with Chicago, Tampa, and the Rams and got off to a 3-0 start.
3-0, then lost to Buffalo, a game they could have won, and then rolled over Washington last week. 2nd down and 10. Tillman in the backfield. Sims left side could be picked off. And Eric Allen, who 2 weeks ago on this field ignited the Eagle comeback with that brilliant 94-yard interception return, knocks this one away.
Yeah, they really needed that one. You can see that the one thing Philly has the advantage of, and it doesn't do them much good, is that time of possession. The Giants are number 1 in the NFL this year coming into today's game with a huge edge there. But Philly hasn't done bad. They've possessed it for almost 32 minutes a game. But you got to get some points when you got the ball.
3rd and 10, 14-3, Giants on top. Out of the shotgun. Deep left side, intercepted, picked off by Mark McMillan. He thinks about lateraling back and tries to do so, and the Giants take over. Oh, my goodness. McMillan doesn't want to get up because he's embarrassed. Hopkins is hurt.
And Kotite's beside himself. Here he picks the ball off. The Eagles would have taken over inside the 30. The one thing the Eagles do very often is they do lateral to each other. And you know that after McMillan got hung up with McCaffrey, somebody was yelling, lateral, lateral the ball to me. Maybe it was Eric Allen, number 21. There's the recovery by Howard Cross. And Wes Hopkins just got his head bent back, diving in the pile. McMillan was pounding the turf, or was he trying to dig his way to China? Trying to find a hole to crawl into.
Saw Seth Joyner come over and put an arm around him. Wes Hopkins, the veteran safety, now in his 11th year into a sitting position, still getting some medical aid, and time has been called. There's Bart Oates and Brian Williams on the Giant bench. New York trying to go 5-1, as is Philadelphia. How much value are those photographs, Dan?
Well, they're very valuable, but I'm not sure that Bart's getting a whole lot out of it. He's not playing today because of a sprained right ankle. There to console Williams, though.
2nd and 7. Right side intercepted by Corey Miller. Second interception in as many weeks. And here comes Miller to the right side.
And both he and O'Brien looking at the replay board here at Giant Stadium. And Kotai's not going to like what he sees, because O'Brien just goes back, stares at the receiver to the right side, and drills Miller right in the chest with that one, trying to get the ball to Bavaro. You see that Carlton Bailey was also concerned with the big Eagle tight end.
Corey Miller, who played collegiately at the same school as did his coach, Dan Reeves, South Carolina. Rashid and Meggett. And here's Dave Meggett down to the 25-yard line.
You know, there's still 12 minutes to go in this ball game, but that turnover by the Eagles may be the one that kills any chance at all that they might have of beating the Giants and moving into sole possession of first place in the NFC East.
Lewis Tillman comes back in. Pittsburgh, how about that? 1 first down. There's Corey Miller. Second down. 14-3 New York. 11:45 remaining. 2nd and 5. Here's Kenyon Rashid. Not much there. To the 25-yard line. Clyde Simmons makes the tackle.
And Corey Miller told us yesterday that this was going to be a great challenge for him personally, going up against Mark Bavaro, who he considers to be the best tight end in football. That ball was aimed for Bavaro by O'Brien, and both Miller and Bailey were all over number 84. But Miller used to play a little tight end himself, told us he was a tight end in high school.
Matter of fact, not only a tight end, but his idol was a teammate of yours.
Kellen Winslow.
3rd and 5. Blitz. Sims reads it. Mark Jackson has it. First down at the 10-yard line.
When you blitz a quarterback and when you blitz a veteran quarterback, you better get to him, because he's going to make you pay. Watch the blitz come all this way right here on Sims. Jackson is on the inside, and Sims finds him, and it's a big play for New York. After one juggle, Jackson takes it down to the 10.
Mark Jackson, who, like Michael Brooks, came from the Denver Broncos. First down and goal at the 10. Backs are split. Pierce in motion. Tillman standing up. That puts him in the end zone and over 100 yards.
Go in untouched. That is really rubbing salt in the wounds of a very injured and beaten football team, the Philly Eagles.
David Treadwell's extra point is up and good.
Tillman got over 100 yards last week against the Redskins. He's over 100 today. It's because of these big guys on the right side. Here's the block by Roberts as he pulls out.